we're going to be interviewing Brandon Johnson. Hello, Brandon. Thanks for coming.
Hello world.
And we're going to do a brief interview, and then afterward, we'll do question and answers about his experiences with autonomy. And at the very end, if anyone here is on the fence and uncertain as to whether they should join, there are going to be some gifts that we will present for everyone when we're done. So I'll ask I'll ask folks to mute yourselves. For now, it's going to be an interview between me and Brandon, and at the end, I'll open it up to questions. So, for anyone who's here and doesn't know who I am, my name's John, also known as JT, and I answer to John just fine. If you say hey JT and I don't answer, or you say hey John, and that'll do. I'm season 8, and Brandon, you are season 13. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Fresh off
And
the press.
and you are a recent graduate. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep.
Went through the graduation interview, and very excited to have you here. Where are you in the world?
So I'm in northeast United States, Connecticut, a little town called East Haddam.
Oh,
I've lived in
wow.
Connecticut all my life. Just moved around little spots. You can get to anywhere in this state in an hour, so it's easy peasy.
And that's Connecticut. Pardon my geography, but that's pretty close to New Hampshire. By chance, did you go to Pork Fest this year?
I did. I went to Pork Fest. I love New Hampshire. New Hampshire is like, depending on where you go, it's can either be like an hour and a half to, you know, 4 hours. But yeah, I did go to Pork Fest.
So you
I
got
didn't
to
have
meet
any
Richard
pork
in
though.
person, and you got
I
to meet a bunch
did.
of autonomy people. Who'd you meet?
I
How was your
met
experience meeting him in person?
it was awesome. Everything I expected. It was nice to get to, you know, meet him online first. So I felt like I knew him a little bit, but I got to meet Holly, Loretta,
Oh, nice.
um, Lisa, James. Oh man, please forgive me, people, but I met a bunch of people,
Yeah, you
so
can't
it was
remember
fun.
everyone. You,
Yeah,
you you can't remember everyone, but hey,
yep.
how tall are you? How much taller is Richard compared to you? Because I think he's pretty tall compared to me.
So it's funny because me and James were having this discussion in our mastermind, and okay, so I'm 6'1" to answer your question. To me, it looked like he was taller than me, but I was thinking about this because James is 6'1", and he's like, oh, I think he was getting at he thought he was taller than me, but where the Pork Fest tent is at, it's on a hill. So I guess
He's
depending on
just
where you're
standing. He's just
standing,
stepping above.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It could be not. So I don't know.
He's just conveniently staying one step above everyone to make himself.
But yeah, he's a tall
Yeah, yeah,
guy.
yeah. All right, so Pork Fest was amazing, and Connecticut's all right. What do you do? What do you do out there in Connecticut?
Yeah, Connecticut's all right. It's expensive.
Hmm.
But what I do for a living is I do printed circuit board layout for emergency warning company that does fire, police, aviation wingtips, that's that type of stuff. So
All
that's
right,
my main gig.
all right. So let's get to some a little bit tougher questions. Let's go to um, before you joined Autonomy, what, where were you, and what ways were you stuck in your life?
Oh man. I guess multiple ways, but I think the main point where was I stuck? I was stuck in my own head. Like I'm a very analytical person, so the big things for me and was the negative self-talk. It's crazy because it's funny, like I was always hip to everything that was going on in the world. I just didn't necessarily feel like I had a way or a path forward. Like I didn't know what to do. Like I knew it was all jacked up, but I was kind of like, I don't know, stuck in the rat race, unsure of myself, unsure of my own ability to get myself, through certain situations. So yeah, I'd say where I was stuck in the negative self-talk realm is where I was stuck.
So you're saying you are unsure of your abilities and you're stuck in your head. What do you think autonomy did for you to help you through that?
Um, the biggest thing was it, the way the course is structured. It kind of, I don't know, it gives you an understanding of what compulsory schooling does to people. So you kind of get an understanding of how you could come to certain conclusions, whether it be negative self-talk or um like provisional self-esteem, like that type of stuff. That's what autonomy helps you understand why you come to those conclusions. And once you're able to figure out why you've come to certain conclusions, you're able to work your way through them, in my opinion.
So you're saying going through autonomy helps you see some of the patterns, the this negative self-talk being stuck in your head. It's kind of a function of school, and you could see how that pattern just kind of grows on its own.
Oh, for
The,
sure, yeah. It's a function of school, a function of society, and it does. It kind of shows you how the average person through schooling builds a prison for themselves, right? Because nobody can really do anything to you, kind of, sort of. Like you have to be complicit in, you know, doing these things to yourself. And autonomy, it points that out to you.
and it points that out. Did autonomy help you figure out ways to break through that?
Oh, definitely. Many ways. I think just giving you tools, um, as far as like organizational skills, um, time management, um, getting over the negative self-talk, like all of those things, and the community itself, like being able to talk to other people, being able to talk to Richard. Like I've never been in a course where like this, where was able to talk to, you know, the main person and have him give you such insightful answers. So yes.
I also got the sense that he's looking out for your best interest too when he's answering. He understands where you are and is giving you examples from his knowledge to say that this is how you break through that. Did you get that kind of sense yourself? Were there examples of that he did
Oh,
for you?
definitely. And I think it's a beautiful thing too, because you can tell that he genuinely wants to help you, and you can tell that, he's been through his own journey. So it's kind of like the saying, each one teach one. So the things that he had to go through, you can tell he can, and he's such an articulate and smart person. And the way he breaks things down, to me, I feel like he could teach anyone. Um, because of the trivia method, breaking it down, I guess, into sections, helping you understand it from a, well, I guess it's easier for me because I'm a systems person. So when someone gives me a system, I can work with that, when I understand what the system is. So yes, to answer your question.
All right, all right. And so with autonomy, you I yeah you had some dreams prior to joining autonomy. How did autonomy help you put your dream into action?
So for me, my my end goals I haven't reached yet, but it set me on the course to start in the proper direction. I think autonomy helped me get a good gauge of where I was at, and then it helped me set up the things that I need to set in motion to reach my goals. So one of the big things for me, I had noticed, like, I'm getting older, I need to get my physical health together. because if you don't have health, you can't do anything. So that set in motion me, going back to the gym. And the other thing about autonomy was I would say to myself, oh, I don't have time to go to the gym, or I don't have time to do XYZ. And you'd be surprised when you take inventory of your 24 hours, you know, work, uh, grocery shopping, cooking, whatever it is. When you plot it out, you got plenty of time, especially if you cut out the nonsense, the video games. Like I was a huge gamer, waste a lot of hours doing that. Or whatever your vice is, right? You think you don't have time, you have plenty of time. So um yeah, just getting those skills, as far as, or getting those tools, helps me put things into action. And then autonomy also had a mastermind. So I'm in a group of, I think it's 6 or 7 gentlemen, and now there's an accountability aspect to it, right? Because you don't want to show up to the group and be like, "Oh, well, I didn't do X, Y, Z," or if you do, they're going to help you try to, stay on point. So yeah,
Yeah, the time management is a huge thing. Un Helping you understand where you're spending your time and evaluating that, making those changes. But do you still play video games?
no. So it's funny
You've
too.
cut them out completely,
Yeah.
100%,
So
cold
I can tell
turkey?
you, last the last time was uh, August. No, it's not August. April 20th. I don't know. It was like one of those things where it was just like, I don't know, when you start having stuff to do, you know what I mean? Like you kind of shift your focus. So I don't know. It's almost like it's a hard thing to explain.
All right. So let's talk about you're going to the gym more
Yep.
and you've got your personal projects that you're developing. So I would assume that you're developing these personal projects and you're moving toward those goals. So could you talk a little bit about how moving toward your goals, said, okay, video games is going to take a back seat because I got more important things.
Okay. So I I don't have a project per se. I have an end goal. My end goal is I want to start a business of some sort. But right now my main thing is just taking it one step at a time. So right now the main focus for me is just my health, um, going to the gym, and then I'm gonna start stacking other things on top of that. Um, as far as like, I one of the other things I was telling the guys, I noticed I need to read more. Like it's just one of those things that need to be done. There's a bunch of information in books. I don't like it's funny because I'm the type of person where like sometimes I could literally fall asleep reading books, but it's like I don't know, you got to do it. I listen to audiobooks, but to me there's something about a tangible physical piece of media, or whatever you want to call it, that I think is important. And I have books that are around the house that I plan on, starting, to read or whatever. But yeah, eventually I want to figure out some sort of business. I need to figure out, I guess, exactly what it is I'm truly passionate about. Like there's things that I'm good at, but just because I'm good at it doesn't mean I'm going to be passionate about it and that I actually want to do it. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that.
And it sounds like you're saying in order for you to figure that out, video games is not the best use of your time. You're going to spend other time getting to that point to come up with that goal.
Oh, for
And
sure. Yep.
one of the things we did in season 8, we did this thing called 75 hard, and it is really hard. You're supposed to work out for something like 45 minutes a day inside, 45 minutes a day outside. You're supposed to read 10 pages of a self-help book every day, and you're supposed to do this for 75 days. And it gets you in a really good habit. If you just pick a book and you can plow through a 300-page book in a month if you just do 10 pages a day. So something to think about. Um, Now, you were talking a lot about the things that are within autonomy. You had mentioned masterminds and you had mentioned the trivium. Can you walk me through your experience with autonomy?
Um, yeah, so I overall it's been a very positive experience. For me personally, I think the way that the course was set up, it's done at least in a way that I felt was very strategic. Like you can't become an entrepreneur or get your achieve goals if you're not right in the head, right? So the first couple of courses or the first couple of lectures start you off with, compulsory schooling, who, what, where, why it was done. And then you get into some, you know, I integration exercises or icebreakers. And to me, that was very helpful for me. Like I'm kind of like a introvert. Like in the real world, I don't really talk to people much. Like I'll talk to you if you talk to me, but I'm not going out of my way to talk to you. Like that's just I don't know, that's me. But yeah, I tell you one thing about this course, there's such a wealth of just good people. People who it's weird because it's like everyone's on the same page, but they're not on the same journey because everyone's starting point is different, right? So it's nice to be in a community where everyone's working towards being the best version of themselves and it's inspiring, like specifically like a person like Bill Soul, like just listening to that guy talk, his experiences, like when you get around people that are older than you or have done more than you, it's just a very inspiring thing. So to me that was one of the greatest parts of the course was just the interaction with the plethora of people and having Richard as a mentor is awesome.
I feel like we should expand on Bill Soul. You mentioned Bill Soul for people that don't know who he is. Talk about some of the things that you heard him say and how that helped you.
Yeah, so for me, I don't know Bill's whole backstory. But and I don't really kind of want to put his business out there, but it seemed like he was having, he's older, having I think health issues. I don't want to speak out of turn or whatever, but he to me his whole thing was like here's a guy who's older, he's saying he doesn't really feel, I don't know, his mind isn't as good as it used to be or whatever, but he's not giving up. Like he's back in the gym, he's getting after it, like and he was I think he was some sort of a project engineer or something like that. But I don't think he went to college. Like he was like very hands on, like self taught, like salt of the earth. Like it's guys like that that are very impressive to me. The guys who just figure it out on their own. And yeah, so that's why Bill is so impressive to me because even though he's up there in age, he's not giving up. It's like it's to me, it feels like he's just getting started.
And you were saying that that was inspiring. In case I missed it, how did that help you grow in your journey in autonomy?
Oh, just when you look at a person like you know Bill, you say well, what's my excuse? Somebody can, you know what I mean? Like to me, that work ethic and positive mindset radiates to me. Like they say you are who your friends are. Like I don't know him personally, but just being around that type of energy, that type of direction, that it's going to rub off on you. If you're trying to better yourself.
Gotcha, gotcha. In terms of problem solving and ethical sales, what did you learn from the autonomy system?
Oh, okay. So as far as problem solving goes, um, I think the trivium is basically the method that helps you get through your problem solving skills. And the way it's broken down for me is like you basically you have a problem. Okay. Well, what are the pieces of the problem that you have? Now define these pieces. And once you understand what these pieces of the problem are, you can understand what needs to go where. And then after that, you can essentially um fix or work on the problem that you have. I would say also not being afraid to try. Like that was a big thing for me as far as like um afraid of failure. It's like as long as you don't quit, it doesn't really matter. As long as you're heading towards your goal, you're going to get it eventually. And not to put so much um stock in a quote unquote failure. Just because you don't get it right the first time doesn't mean you're any better or any less. It's all about the journey essentially. And then as far as ethical sales goes, um, for me, the biggest thing ethical sales did was turn sales on its head for me because whenever I personally thought about sales, I was like, I always just was like, first of all, I didn't have like coming from that low self-esteem or low um negative self-talk, I wouldn't even want to sell myself because I don't even think who's going to want to buy from me, who's going to want to do business with me or XYZ. And then on top of that, it showed you that you can make sales with the intent on actually helping people and not being like slimy like a car salesman. Cause that was the biggest thing for me. Like sales, like that was literally the first thing I think of is like, all right, sales to me is just how do I finesse somebody out of their money versus the way sales is taught here is like, how do you present an opportunity to someone that's gonna help them and be genuine about it? Like, so that's what the ethical sales thing did for me.
So the ethical sales, turning it on its head and making it so that uh, you felt like, hey, I can do this. I can sell myself that way, right? I can do this sort of thing. I can sell. And then did you feel like you learned how to sell while you were in autonomy as well? And was that a comfortable process?
So I would say that I'm still learning, but I would say too the thing that made it easier for sales would be um the sheet that they give you, but you're not trying to make a sale for the purpose of making a sale. You're really trying to understand the person and then, fit your product and, for them if they actually need it. Like you're not going to actually sell it. You know what I mean? It's not about screwing them over. It's like you're learning active listening skills. You're trying to figure out what this person actually needs. And when you're figuring out what that person actually needs, if you have a product to offer them, then you're genuinely like helping them. So to me, that was a big, I don't know, insight to me.
Eye-opening insight and then realizing that you don't actually force them to buy something if they don't need it. You just say, okay, thank you very much, and have a good day if they don't actually need it, right? So, uh, okay, uh, something different. It's uh, the always be closing, as Richard will put it. That's something that you'll learn in autonomy as you go through the course. I see someone putting that in the chat. Anything else to add on that?
No, it's just I was that actually might be the biggest surprise of the course to me because I think when I started the course, I knew the sales stuff was coming up, and I was so intimidated by it. Um, and they're really like I can't say that I'm that great at it, but it's really not that bad. I think the biggest thing is like not being afraid to just try it. And once you try it and you get a couple under your belt, you're like, oh, okay, it's it's not that bad. I think the biggest thing for me now is just memorizing because there's a process to it, right? And you want to do it in order and stuff like that. So the biggest thing I think for me is just getting um, you know, the main processes down, and I think I'll be all right at it.
Did you do the sales exercise during the season?
I did a few. And then I went to um Phoenix at a 12-week course, or I don't know if it was a course, but basically sales exercise where you could go in and you do the exercise and he'd give you feedback. So yeah, I did a few.
And do you think you're going to go back and do that again?
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yep.
Now, it just my personal feedback on this is even Richard doesn't. I mean, he knows it because he wrote the sheet, but even Richard doesn't like do it blind in his head, right? He's got the sheet printed out and he's filling it out by hand in front of him when he's talking to someone, or he's got the sheet. Maybe you have the sheet up in front of you, and then you just kind of fill it out while you're talking to them that way. You don't really have to memorize it. It's good to memorize it, but you don't have to. So don't feel like I would just say don't sell yourself short on that one.
Oh,
That
I totally agree. My thing was like I have multiple monitors, so I could have it, up on a monitor. But to me, I just felt like it's less authentic. You know what I mean? If I'm reading from, which is it's may or may not be, but that's just my personal feeling. I'm like, oh, I'm reading off instead of me being paying attention to this person. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
yeah, yeah. If you're reading from a script, you're not being real.
Yeah.
That's not true. That's not true. All right. And in case anyone doesn't know, that's an inside joke between me and
Yeah.
him right now. So he's getting it. That's why he's laughing. All right. Okay. And so you learned how to sell. You learned the process of selling. You learned that when you have something to offer to someone, you offer it to them, and when you don't have something to offer to them, you don't. Okay, that's ethical sales, right? How does that help you create your offer to the world?
um, there's so many ways you go with that. I mean,
Take your time.
at, if when I think about it, let's just say I don't go start a business, right? Just me as an employee, I can sell myself into a better position or, a contract or something like that. Um, when it comes time for, maybe a review, why should they give me a bigger raise than, they want to give me or something? I could come up with some sort of, you know, analytics or statistics on what I've done and this is what I'm worth. And I can sell myself that way as an employee. Or um, if I started a business, like that's going to help me identify um, customers who genuinely need help. I would feel like I'm actually doing good business because, again, I'm selling to people who actually need help versus people who don't need the help. Um, and you can't run a business if you can't sell. So that's the biggest thing, right?
Yeah, that's right. If you can't sell, I feel like I should ask that same question, this the exact same question, but add problem solving to it. All the problem solving skills that you learned, how does that help you with creating offers to the world?
Oh yeah. Well, to me, I feel like sales itself, by at least this is my definition, is problem solving. Like that's what sales is. So if you can problem solve, you can do sales. So that's how it helps you.
I like that. I like that. Let's see. Describe the autonomy community. Because you talked about that earlier, about the
Mm-hmm.
community and how everyone's on the same journey, but they're in different places. So, what's that like for you? Talk about the autonomy community.
So for me, the autonomy community is, I don't know if I could sum it up in, it's diverse, people from all walks of life, all over the country, the world, all different ages. It's very inviting. Like I don't think I've had a negative interaction with anyone in autonomy, and that's pretty rare. Like I have negative interaction with people at work. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's a weird thing, but I think it's because everyone has the common goal of trying to figure out, you know, how to be the best version of themselves and how to navigate the craziness in life. It's kind of like autonomy is like the arc or a life raft, that type of deal. So yeah, I like there's just so many people. And I mean, if you'll see them, you'll come across them. And everybody, me personally, everybody is attracted to um different things and everyone needs different things. So in my personal opinion, there is someone in autonomy that will be able to help you to go in whatever direction you want because there's so many different people from all different walks of life, all different professions, all different experiences. So yeah, to me, it's like access to a human library.
Yeah, so I found that the the community, uh, you say that there are no negative experiences in autonomy, but you have negative experiences, or that is to say, negative interactions or arguments or things like that. What would you say is is there any thing that you can put your finger on as to how that is, or but it's obviously it's the first thing you said. Uh, any thoughts on why that is or how that is? I know you mentioned how it benefits you, but what do you think?
Uh, as in, so you're asking me to why do I think I have negative?
No, no,
Uh,
no, 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 no. This is about autonomy and the positive experiences. It's a great experience. Is there anything that you can say, okay, this is why that is, or this is how that is, or have you thought about it at all?
oh, you mean like as an example of like
Yeah,
to
yeah.
pinpoint something?
Examples, an example of it, how they've helped you, a specific example of how they've helped you, how you've helped someone else.
I would just say for me, just overall like great, and this is something that I feel like I needed personally, just access to great people and like great conversations. Like, yeah, I don't know. There's so many different people. Like one of my favorite people to talk to in autonomy is Rick. He's a season 13 guy. I don't know. It's like I just feel like I found my tribe and I feel like there's certain people that I talk to that I just really resonate. And for me, I needed that. So I don't know, I'm probably doing a terrible job of giving an
No,
example, but
no,
I
no.
don't know.
Just trying to follow up on something that I thought was, uh, I don't quite have the question fully formed. I'm hearing what you're saying. It's like, what is it about this? But you probably already answered it. It's not a big deal. It's a very unique experience. Everyone that goes through has very similar experience. This is different. This is qualitatively different. And I was just curious if there was anything else you had to say about that, but that's okay. So, you've worked with you got to meet Richard Grove in person in real life,
Yep.
and but prior to that, you got to meet him here in Autonomy online. What was it like working with Richard?
Oh, it was awesome. It was, and this is just a personal thing. Like, I was very intimidated. Um, like I remember the first time I ever talked to Richard, I asked a question and like my face was hurting. Like, that's how bad it was. Because it was like, here's somebody that I, who's like so articulate, so super smart, like I'm super impressed by. Um, yeah, I don't know. It was just, it was very, uh, in the beginning, it was kind of hard for me, but whatever. Everyone's human. You get over it. He's a gracious individual. But yeah, it's an awesome experience. Any question that you have, he can pretty much answer. If he doesn't, he'll put a pin in it. He'll double back. Um, and the biggest thing for me is like, I he's here for you. You know what I mean? He's here for you. He's here for the community. There's work that you need to do, but any, questions, he's there ready to field them. So to me, that's awesome. Like, I've never seen somebody who's just so on point with such a wealth of knowledge. And to me, that, I don't know, that's the coolest thing about it.
Yeah, I want to follow up on. So your face was hurting because you were like just so embarrassed to even form a question. But he answered your question, right? He helped you every single time that you went through and asked a question. He helped you, and and how was that as the season went through? How did that work for you? Did you get more comfortable as the season went on?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I got more comfortable as the season went on for sure. Um yeah, I don't really know how to answer it. I would just say the biggest thing, like I said, is just,
Do you have any
and this,
specific examples of your interactions with them and how that helped you grow?
um, yeah, actually, it was probably the first interaction because it's so funny because the first question I asked him, like I said, I was like so nervous, and when I look back at it, I'm like, man, I don't even know how he answered the question because I didn't even ask a question. It was just a bunch of words that came out. At least that's what my perspective was. To me, it felt like I just said a whole bunch of spaghetti, and somehow he was able to figure out what I was trying to say, and then was able to kind of just like give me an answer. And to me, that was that was impressive. So, and I guess the question was, it was something to the effect of, um I think I was asking him why, um there's certain things that I just have I wouldn't say the inherent ability to do, but I can just do them, and certain things that, I don't. And I think basically what I got from it was, he broke it down to me, was explaining the trivium, um taking your all the pieces of your problem, defining them, and working through that. And to me, that was the biggest thing. It was like the revelation that I had is, I generally don't attack things, or shouldn't say attack things, but I don't take on things that I don't understand. And that was a big thing for me because I didn't know why. I was like, well, sometimes I'll just do it, and sometimes, you know, I won't do it. And I never thought about the reason why certain things I would just go ahead and do it was because even though I didn't know how to do the actual task, I had already grasped certain, or the majority of the aspects in the task. So it was easier for me to just put it together essentially. So yeah, that's
And
my
then
answer.
just to take that just one step further, the things that you wouldn't do, the things that you didn't work on, the opposite is you didn't quite understand how to approach it, and which is why you didn't go after them?
Oh yeah, 1,000%. Yeah, it was the lack for me. The thing I had deduced from that was I don't take on things that I don't understand. But now that I have the tools to break these things down and to understand, like I have a formulaic way to do it. Because, like I said, again, for me, I'm a systems person. So now that I have a system to help me understand, there's really no reason for me not to do anything, I guess.
There you go. You can do anything now, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That's it. So the new season is coming, and you're going to participate in the next season. And so, what are you looking forward to in the coming season?
Oh man. More of the same, to be honest. Like where I'm starting, for me, it's just fortification of the things that I've already picked up. Autonomy is it's a vast resource. You're not going to pick up everything. Um, I look forward to because now I'll be familiar. It's like I put it this way: you ever watch a movie multiple times, and the second or third time you see it, and you're like, "Oh, I didn't pick up on that before." To me, that's what I envision autonomy being like. Me watching this movie over again, and now that I know what's going to happen in certain points, I'll have a different viewpoint or a different angle. So basically, the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is just building upon what I've already started.
And just go further from where you are and continue to grow and see where that takes you.
Yes, because the thing that I've realized is no matter where you are, progression and I would say consistency is more important because consistency is what brings your progression. As long as you've got one foot in front of the other and you keep moving, there's no way you can be in the same place that you were when you started. It's just impossible unless you're walking around in circles. But if you, I mean, so,
Then you're going to work really hard to go in
yeah,
circles.
exactly.
So, is there anything specific of that you're looking forward to? Anything specific that you're working on in the coming season?
Specifically for me, I'm looking forward to, um, I would say like the website and internet marketing aspect. Because I think that's going to be, not, I think, I know that's very important if you want to um, start any sort of business in this day and age. You've got to know how to, either if you're not going to run a website, how to delegate it, to get a good website and then make it attractive. And not only that, having an actual good product that people want to um, flock to. I don't necessarily have the product yet, but to me, this is just the first phase of understanding. So once I do have the product, I'll have that first piece knocked out already.
Awesome. All right. Nice to chat with you. I'm gonna throw it out to everyone for open Q&A. Anyone would like to ask a question of Brandon, or uh, I'm not sure if it's anyone else here, but uh, feel free to ask questions. Anything you want him to clarify, anything you want him to expand on, a question that I missed that you wanted to get, go ahead.
This is Darby,
Hi, Darby.
and my question is, first of all, thank you both, for that information. You hit on a few things that I'm looking for and hoping to find from a source that I've really respected so far, in my own research. So thank you. But one thing I'm curious about is the schedule and timing of um kind of the program or the meetings and um how that's set up and how perhaps flexible that is. Reason being, kind of to get some explanation. Um, right now, the cycle that I'm trying to get out of, starting a business kind of being the solution to that is I work in events. I do music festivals, sporting events, things like that. The gigs are sporadic. Um, I might be gone with no days off for a month at a time. Um, and working all of those days, it's very hard to keep up the consistency with progress of some of these goals, the things you need to work on like this, right? So I'm wondering, do you think or would you see it like could you complete this course or would it need to be a window where it's like, okay, I have this 12 weeks and it's like I'm gonna miss too much of it, or is it flexible to like accommodate that kind of schedule?
So do you
If
want
you
me to answer
don't
that, John?
attend every
Oh,
week, you fail. No, that's not how this works. It's the opposite of that. Absolutely not. Brandon, did you want to try? Did you want to answer that?
oh
You want me
yeah,
to?
basically to answer your question, you can self-pace it. It's all recorded. So yeah, you can go at your own pace. Um, a month, you can come back, you log in, do what you got to do. Um, Depending on how uh ambitious you want to be, you could, I don't know, log in on Zoom, just listen to a lecture live. But again, it's all pre-recorded, so literally you can just go at your own pace. It's not like if
That
you
was
if
kind
you
of a
miss,
question. I
yeah.
was curious as to how much of it was pre-recorded versus something that would be more like a class like this or something like that, or if that is a
Well,
There is.
it starts live, and then it's recorded. So if you missed the live, you just watch the recording. So that's basically how it goes.
copy. That's what I thought.
Well, I think maybe Brandon maybe misspoke. It is a live course. It's delivered live every Friday night during the 12 weeks. And then there are every single day, there's a live session of something. The course of action itself, we have during the 12 weeks, twice a year, there's a live lecture and Q&A. And then on Sunday, there's another Q&A. And those are your opportunities to work with Richard. So the course is recorded, and it's available for you to listen to at any time. And you even actually get an entire full recorded season in addition to all of the future upcoming live courses. And for me, like I don't think I watched all the lectures. It took me like 3 years to watch all the lectures because I took it in piecemeal. I was so busy with my job, doing so much work. I just took it over time. And it seems like every time you go through, like something stands out and you get a facet of it, but there's so much information, you go back around and you're like, whatever you may be working on your life, those facets will then jump out at you and you'll get that other level or layer of enrichment the next iteration. So it's designed for people who can dedicate maybe 5 or 10 hours a week and who can come back when they want to come back and be able to watch it. So there's, engagement all year round for people who join. It's unlike anything else out there, really.
Okay.
So I would answer that this way. Just some of the same things I'll just put in my own way that Leah's already said. Friday nights, the lecture, and you can attend that when the lecture happens, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, and it's recorded and you can watch it later on the replay. And I've known people that I know a lot of truck drivers that I've met here in Autonomy that they will just listen to it while they're driving in they'll listen to the lecture while they're driving in the trucks. And they find ways to show up to the Q&A on Sundays. That's the live Q&A. If you can attend that, that's noon Eastern on Sundays. But you don't have to be there live. You can always just listen to the recording later on. And there are live events throughout the week. and they are all recorded, and you can watch them as you need to. The main thing is the lecture and the Q&A. If you can keep up with those, that's great. There's no such thing as falling behind. You just go at it at your own pace, and if you can't catch a lecture, you get to it when you can, when it's available. And there are things called integration exercises. By design, people find a way to get these, they find a way to fit it into their schedule. And the integration exercises, you'll learn about them, interviews, learning how to have conversations, things like that. Those are live between two people. You need you and someone else. But if you can't do that, it's not a big deal. You just don't do that part. But you can fit that in if you can, and if you can't, you don't do it.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Anyone else? Feel free. And thanks for that. That was a great question, Darby. Thank you.
Brandon,
Hey,
what's up, dude?
What's up?
Dude, how awesome has our mastermind been?
Oh, it's been good. It's been great. It's I look forward to it on Saturdays for sure. Um, I don't know, just a cool group of guys. I would I guess segue back to again when you have people, at least this is for me, when you have people that are I would say older and more established and got things going on, it's very inspiring. So, we got a guy, David, he just got a promotion. Like we got to sit in on, his interview pitch to work on that. That was like super inspiring. Rick's working on solar, a solar business, like things that I would have never even thought was possible, for me. Just to see that and be around that energy, is amazing. What Ed's got going on. Ed's got a building. Like I want a building. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like it's good stuff. So yeah.
James, Brandon, this is the Saturday morning. Excuse me. This is the Saturday morning mastermind,
Yep.
and that meets at what time?
8 a.m.
8 a.m.
Sharp.
8 a.m. Eastern time, right?
Yeah.
8 a.m. Okay, so Darby, James is running the mastermind on Saturday, 8 a.m. Eastern time. And he volunteered to do that because when we did the masterminds for the previous season, it didn't work for there were a number of people that time just didn't work for, the set times that we had. They're like, none of these work. And the time that did work, yes, Joshua, 5 a.m. Pacific. Anyone want to start a mastermind at 5 a.m. on Saturday? Go for it. But it didn't work for a lot of people. And they set this up. I think it was a Q&A. It was Q&A time that it was set up. Was it Sunday that it was set up, or was it Friday night Q&A? I can't remember. But
yeah, it was a Sunday.
Yeah, it was a Sunday Q&A. And so that's how flexible things can be for people. If it doesn't work for you, you can set it up yourself. Excuse me. Got a drinking problem. Don't inhale when you drink. It's not a good idea.
Oh, I just want to real quick elaborate on the question that Phil asked. So these are the course of action student masterminds where we create a bunch of groups. There's about 6 people in a group, and everybody gets a chance in the spotlight twice throughout the season. But the ones that we're running in the summertime, the autonomy masterminds, those are different. The skill building masterminds, and those are recorded. The groups for the student masterminds, the people in the mastermind will decide themselves if they want to record it, and they'll post it internally just to themselves. Usually if they do, it's not a public thing. a lot of people don't record it because it's kind of like a support group and they don't really want to record it. So I just wanted to define that.
Yeah, I was in our support group crying about how I was fat on Saturday, so we definitely don't record that. Right, James?
Well, we kind of got together and brainstormed whether or not everyone in the group would feel comfortable with it being recorded, and decided not to go that route, which is actually been working out just fine for us. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's been awesome seeing your development over the past, it's been 10, 12 weeks now since we started the mastermind. So I'm proud of you, man. You should be proud of yourself
Thank
because,
you. I am. Thank you.
yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy stepping up to the plate and like being open and honest and vulnerable and all that stuff. But it's been such a pleasure having you in the group and the other guys as well. So
Yeah. Good times.
Also, you engage, right? The people who engage make the most growth, right? And you push yourself and you learn and you put yourself out there. There's a few people that took them like 3 years to talk, right? But you're like, you've just added such an incredible contribution to the season by putting yourself out there and being a presence. It's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
There was a guy interviewed in season 8 that he he was taking it in 1 hour chunks. He said he couldn't pay attention for more than an hour, and so everything was done in 1 hour chunks. He'd listen to 1 hour of the lecture, and then he'd listen to another hour, and so he was going through the course really, really slow at his own pace. So
Yeah, for sure. I have that problem. It's I don't know. The lecture will be going and something will be said, and then I just start going off on a tangent. So yeah, that's the other thing about the course being recorded, because for sure the first couple of lectures I had to rewatch them. You know what I mean? Because something gets hit on, and then you start thinking about something, and I've missed like 10, 15 minutes or whatever. So yeah, that's definitely another plus.
I think that when I did my season, I went to every lecture, listened to every lecture, every Q&A, and then I made a point of going through the entire lecture again before the following Friday. And I don't think I caught I did my best to pick up as much as I could that way, but that was every week I did that. And then I did the whole thing again the next season.
Yeah, I'm ready for season 14 for sure.
Let's go season 14. Almost the best season ever. Okay. It's the best season, all right? It's going to be the best season because you're going to be in it, but okay.
It's coming. It comes so fast too. It's like right around the corner. We're gonna do. Oh, guess what? Grant Presence just confirmed to play the welcome celebration. So amazing, right? And that's going to be in September. And then the first lecture is on October 3rd. But for the 2 weeks before that, we have the welcome celebration. Then we have the international meet and greet. So yeah, it's coming up. Believe it or not, it's like 2 weeks until Labor Day. It's crazy.
Yeah. And it goes so fast. That's the other thing. The course started rolling, and before you know it was like over. It was like, man.
So the beginning and end of this technical next season is more specifically when?
So the first lecture starts October 3rd. But we are going to have some more events added to the schedule. We're announcing 2 master classes taught by Richard Grove that are going to be included for anybody that enrolls. And there's still 2 more summer masterminds, one of them it just started. So, for between now and then, there's a lot going on. It's going to be pretty cool.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so Monday, I think we're going to send it out Monday, pending a few little tweaks we're working on. But yeah, there's going to be this really great webinar about overcoming excuses and assumptions, and then another one, how to craft your offer and take it to the market. And Richard's going to teach these master classes. So I can't wait for these, for people to see these come this week. It's going to be great. Yeah, and they're all included in enrollment.
All right. I know there are some questions out there. I know you're just itching to get it. Maybe you don't want to, you're feeling like, I don't know if I should ask or not, but go for it, even if you asked one already.
I wonder, for everybody here, all the graduates, what are you excited for season 14? Because I see you guys all here. What's up? What's your favorite thing you can't wait for this season?
Well, I, for one, love running a mastermind. So I am super eager to get a new group of students and graduates together and facilitate some excellent mastermind.
I'm excited about running this mastermind that's coming up next month too, for communicating with excellence, and I'm looking forward to that, and I'm also looking forward to the ethical sales training this season especially.
Leah, do you want to answer Phil's question?
Yeah, I'm trying to type.
Okay. All right. I guess she'll type it in the chat for you. Notifications of masterminds and events, they will be announced as the season goes through. So during the lectures, they'll announce the masterminds, and we get familiar with Circle, the forum, get familiar with the Autonomy forum, and those events are also posted in there as well. We want you to join. We want you to join the mastermind, and and so we're not just going to start it and go, oh, well, you missed that one. No, we're going to make sure you know, so you can join us.
Yeah, I couldn't type as fast as you could type. I'm trying to type. I'm like, ah. I'm like, give me the events in the forum. There's a section called events. Everything that happens live is in there. So it all gets programmed in, and you'll be able to just look in there and see what's going on every single day of the week, what kind of events. And a lot of students start putting all their events on the calendar. When the season starts to get hot, you have, all the incubators start to come out, and people are running their projects, and it's so much fun. I think that might be one of the things I'm looking forward to, is seeing what people have come up with to run, what their classes are, what they're teaching, what their what their information is that they're polishing. And so some of the projects, so Renee, she did the Ultimate Love Affair, entrepreneurism and personal growth. And then she also did the Club for Creative Expression, which talked about how to bring like the inner artist out and, kind of relive some of the the youthful artistic inspiration that you've had in the past. There's a writing class. Oh my gosh, I'd have to literally go look at the calendar to think of all the things that are, it's just a plethora of things. Barry has unified knowledge. He's got his own concept of how the universe fits together with epistemology and some very high level analysis. He kind of reminds me of not the Nassim Harriman of knowledge, essentially. What else?
He's a big fan of Nassim Harriman too.
Oh, right on. What else, what other classes? I mean, and it changes too, because, you know, new people run new things. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else could think of any other ones. Doc has a movie night. He's always running a movie night, where, you know, he does like fun stuff and with a lot of humor and brilliance.
There's a real estate
Doc-
and business and think tank on Mondays too.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever your passion is, you can start it here at Autonomy. That's what Doc is here, and so you can see him here in the chat. If you can say hello to him here in the chat, he's got Eyes Wide Shut tomorrow night. Okay, that's the movie for tomorrow. What they do is it's not just a movie viewing, but he talks about the messaging that's in the movie. What are the hidden messages that are in the movie? And I've been talking with Doc about some of the movies that he's going to do in the future, and you know, it's like where do these ideas for where do the ideas for the movies come from actually? And some of this stuff can be really, it's a really interesting take, because it's like, oh yeah, I remember that movie. I want to watch that movie. And then you talk about the political, social aspects, the messaging. What are they trying? What's subliminal messaging that they're trying to do? That stuff's really great. And Sarah's writing project on Wednesdays. If you need to write something, Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, you go and you set your intention for writing and you spend it. That's your time to write. Spend an hour writing. Really, really great stuff. Whatever you want to do, you can create it and set it up. The thing I'm looking forward to, I like Do It Live. I took me years to do my first Do It Live, and that's a great experience for people. You can go and learn how to do a podcast, right? You know, you're like, oh my God, I want to do a podcast. Oh, I don't know how. Oh, it's going to be terrible. But I don't know what to do. But we give you everything you need to do a podcast, and you get your feet wet, and it's a really encouraging, positive environment. Boundless Angels. Who's here from Boundless Angels? That's on Saturday mornings.
Yep. I attend those. Well, I was attending those regularly until summertime came around. But yeah, I was going to say about, don't forget about Boundless Angels on
Yeah, talk
Saturday
about it.
mornings.
They talk about Archangel Michael, right? And how to be more spiritual. That's what they talk about. No, I don't think I have that right.
It's
Uh,
anything under the sun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a free flowing discussion about just about anything. Yeah. Took over the old time slot for Autonomous Toasters, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, I think so. Atana Toasters used to be Sunday morning, 8 to 9, just before Q&A, and then that stopped. And then Agnieszka took it over, and she wanted it to be Saturday morning, 8 a.m. And then nobody wanted to do Atana Toasters. Everyone just wanted to talk, so she created Boundless Angels and then moved Atana Toasters to another time. So-
She also does a content writing course, like a copywriting course. That
oh,
comes up
yeah.
as well.
What is that, once a month, once every 2 weeks?
It depends, like it's run different times, just depending on when she wants to do it. Oh, and the vlogging course. There's like literally a vlogging course that you could take to learn how to
Video blogging, yes.
presence. A lot of you know, getting a lot of the digital world is kind of, you know, being on camera, getting that fleshed out, so that course like kind of gets you to that point in pretty quick time.
You need practice to do this stuff, and that's what vlogging is. It's practice. You know, you go up and get in front of a camera and you look at a camera and you go, "Hi, I'm going to talk about banking." You know, and you get that out of the way, and then you know, by the end of it, you learn to, yeah, you learn to go with the flow, and you come up with ideas. Who's running that? Noel, are you running that next semester? Is that you? Yeah, I'm gonna put her on the spot. Noelle's gonna run it.
Yeah, Leah and I had talked about me running it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Had to get to my mute button.
And so Ed ran it last semester. Noelle's going to run it. She got a lot out of it. Do you want to have anything to say about what you got out of it?
The experience was really helpful. I I struggled with it a lot more in the beginning than I thought I would, but by the end of it, I felt a lot more comfortable, and I got like a lot of positive feedback from the community. So that was really helpful, like helping you to know whether or not you should even be doing it in the first place. And so getting feedback from the community helps, and kind of just seeing what you do each week, and like getting to see what you like about your videos and what you don't like. And the prompts were helpful. Like if you didn't have a video on, like something that you knew that you wanted to make a video on, like you could just fall back on the prompts and use that to make the video. So that was really helpful too.
And how'd you progress during the class? How'd you find your progression from beginning to end?
Yeah, I definitely noticed an improvement, especially in my confidence level, I guess. So, sorry, that's my dishwasher running. But yeah, I definitely noticed a difference, and I'm hoping to even expand on that more in teaching the class, and I'm trying to do some research in the off season to kind of bring to the class as well. So
I remember when I bought my last dishwasher, I made a point of getting it's got to be 46 decibels or less. I'm like, okay, here, this one looks pretty good. So now I can run my dishwasher and watch TV at the same time. I don't do
yeah.
that. I don't watch TV. I don't do that. But it's not loud. It's very quiet. Okay,
This
that's
one's
not
not
true either.
terrible,
I do
but
watch TV. I do watch TV. It's not completely true, but I usually don't. I don't run the dishwasher and run TV and watch TV at the same time. That part's not true.
but yeah, everybody should come to the flagging class. It's great.
Yeah. What day of the week is that? Thursdays at what time?
It was Thursdays at 7.
Thursdays at 7 Eastern.
Yeah, which works for me, so we can keep it that way.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to doing it live also. I don't know. It's funny you say that because I don't know. I kind of feel like I want to start a podcast at some point. I don't know about what. I might just get on the camera and ramble, but I don't know. I'm a technical guy and talk about stuff, figure it out. But yeah, doing it live was fun too. And Carlos was he was running it. He was pretty awesome. So I like Carlos.
Oh, and I have to also mention we have some a la carte programs. We have Pro Streamer, which is an OBS recording class. You can learn how to become an OBS streamer, which is incredibly high level, taught by a very high level technical expert, Martin. And he's got several of his students in here now, actually, who are actually shadow hosting this class, namely Aaron. We also have Pro Media Magic, which is the class that I teach. And I teach how to take a concept or idea and turn it into a product. So that's a lot of fun. It's a lot of good creation goes on. And I've been creating content for public speakers for about 10 years. And then we have another class that called Mad Skills, Marketing and Design. And that goes through the Adobe Suite. So there are, in addition to all the student classes, we also have some more next level things in autonomy. And hey, maybe the next season you feel a little more space and you want to go into one of these, or maybe that's your focus and you come in now for that. And we're adding more classes, and it's going to be pretty cool. So wait and see how all that develops too. But you know what, guys? For me, Sunday Q&A is what I'm looking forward to, because it's where I get to stay connected to you guys. It's the one place where I have the space and I get to talk and listen and see you and be with you. And that is like the most important day for me in autonomy. It always has been since I joined in season 4, the Sunday Q&A. Even if I didn't make the lecture, I didn't, get to do the integration exercises, that was where I was able to come in and be with my community. And it's been one of the most incredible things for me to have in my life. And every single person that comes in autonomy is like a new family member.
Yeah, I like listening to Q&A, even if if I have something to do, I'll put on autonomy radio and just listen to the Q&A while I do work around the house. I will frequently listen to Q&A while I'm doing yard work in the backyard. I've
Yeah.
dug trenches and fixed leaky water pipes, during the course of and participated in the Q&A breakout rooms while I'm digging the trench.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you're like me, you're like running over to the microphone when you hear something that you need to be a part of. No matter what you're doing, you're like, you got to drop it and get your little piece in there.
Sunday Q&A was definitely awesome. It made my Sunday shifts go by quick. Feel like, oh, dragon, hop on the Zoom call at 12. It's like, oh, time to go home. See you later.
Oh,
Yeah, it
that's
was
right. You worked during the Q&A, but you
yeah.
had autonomy radio in your ears while
Yeah,
you were at work.
as long as the Wi-Fi, the store Wi-Fi wasn't acting up, I was good to go. So yeah, definitely. Q&A is definitely awesome.
And then when he would, you didn't unmute very often, but when you did unmute, it was.
Oh yeah, sorry. I didn't even think about that. The other thing too is because they got freaking music playing in the background. I didn't even think about that. So yeah, I'll be mindful next time.
No, no, that's the best part. It's like, hey, what you did? Where are you? No, keep it up.
Hey, John, I got a question for you. How is your summer session mastermind going?
Ah, yes. Very well done. Well played. So I have a mastermind, how to schedule for success. And I had my first one 2 days ago, and it went very well. Week one of a 4 week session. Week two is coming up, and there it is in the chat. Look at that. Hey, very well played. And so if you join, you can get in on the second week and get the access to the recording of the first week. You can get that right away. As we are in between seasons, it is a very nice way to learn how to capture ideas, get them into a trusted system, and then we expand from there. But yes, thank you. It's going very well.
Yeah, it went amazing, actually.
It's I have appreciation for people that those newscasters that are they're on site and they've got no safety net. They're just supposed to talk until they tell them to stop talking. I got a real appreciation for that. It's like, oh man, I gotta keep going.
You mean you don't have a teleprompter?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The ones that don't have a teleprompter. I'm talking about them, right? So yeah. And yeah, I've got things to talk about, but you want to like expand on an idea and you want to keep things going and oh wait, did I lose my train of thought? What am I talking about? Oh yeah.
Before we wrap, I know I'm not sure Richard has been under a sink for most of the.
Autonomy radio.
So I don't know if you had a chance, if everybody,
Richard, we want to hear from you.
Oh my goodness.
Unmute and talk.
He's had his hands full with this renovation.
Oh, let me tell you, I don't know what he's going through. It's probably exponentially more than but I know what he's going through. Let me tell you, today I had the drywall people were here and they were working on texturing all the drywall and they were here. It's like 10 o'clock and I'm thinking to myself, what have I gotten myself into? I'm like, these guys have to be done by 4, I can't, I gotta send them away at 3 if they're not done, you know? So yeah, I can appreciate that. All
All
right,
right.
well, there
It
he
took me
is.
long enough to get on the. I wasn't running across the room like other people. I was sitting and chewing my food, my first meal of the day. But I did get to think in. I need to figure out this dishwasher drain hose. I am the plumber. I am the carpenter. I am the electrician on this job. So everything's on my shoulders. The problem with these autonomy skills is they make you think you can do anything, and you can. You just can't do it all at the same time. That's a lesson for everybody. But
And it takes time. It takes time to do it all at once too. You gotta,
well, especially when things never like even if you know what you're doing, they don't go right the first time a lot of times. So it's about like the third time you did it, did you do it right that time? Did you silicone the thing that time? Did you turn the valve that time? Did you take the plug out that time? Whatever the thing is, right? I mean, I was on a call earlier today and we were working on electrical outlets and I felt a very familiar feeling. I said, "Oh, that electricity's still on." I got myself a little zap. And here's how that works. I specifically marked all the breakers in this house as we identified them, right? So I got a label maker. I make 2 lines. It'll tell you everything on that breaker. Kitchen wall coffee bar. I turned that off. Well, the switch in that box doesn't turn off, but the plugs do. So the switch is on a different breaker and they're in the same gang. And I don't know. So I dealt with that. I'm a big boy. It's, it's 110 volt. It's not 24,000.
You can get these they're like little
Don't do
pin
that
testers.
stuff at home though. Like you guys could get messed up. Don't play with electricity. That's my lesson, kids. Okay.
Richard, they have these little pin testers. You take it and you
I had one, bro. I used my pen tester.
it didn't
My pen-
go off?
That's right. It was green the whole time, dude. And so some of those Levitrons like switches, unless you hit it because there's no like obvious place. Like I just wander around it and I stick it in the socket, and everything was green and cozy. And my buddy heard me say, "Whoa." I was like, yep. I pulled my hand out of that box. I was like, that's still on right there. So I went and flipped another
Jeez.
breaker and took care of it, tested it again, and survived to tell the story.
Well,
yeah, that's
great.
no joke.
Yeah.
That's no joke.
Yeah. It can be shocking.
I think the thing that saves you is the fact that you're wearing shoes. You can't completely ground.
Oh yeah.
I was standing on a wood floor. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I cheated and took a bite while you guys were being silent.
Nice.
All right, so things I heard tonight while I was listening. Let's see. The question about the schedule was a good one because if I couldn't go to a bunch of the things, I'd be like, I'm not doing that right now. But I saw that excuse when I designed a course. I'm like, I'm going to design around that. There's no tests. There's no requirements. Like once you're in, you're your own decider. You could go as fast or slow as you want. And when you think you're behind, I'm consistently going to tell you you're not behind. You're right where you're supposed to be as long as you didn't quit on yourself yet. That's one of the main lessons. If you can show up for yourself, you can learn some amazing things in this course. That's why we try not to let people in who aren't going to show up for themselves sooner or later. We don't just sell it to people so they can say, "Oh, I bought the course," and we're looking for people who are looking to make change because the rest of us are doing the hard work exercises and bringing our own problems from each week and saying, "All right, here's what I encountered. How do we, address this, or what can we do better next time?" Yeah, so it's like an interactive dynamic workshop for people who are like, my life is my craft, right? So I take care and excellence in everything I do, and there's a lot of responsibility that goes around in a man's life, and you got to be competent in all these various areas, or you're always going to be dependent on some other contractor who knows the thing that you don't and charges exorbitant rates and can't be there for 6 weeks. So I don't like to be that person in that situation unless I have to be. And so I've learned a lot of skills over the years.
Drywall. That's the one I think I can learn pretty easily. Drywall. That shouldn't be
I got a
too hard.
drywall master,
Yeah.
my buddy. Yeah, you know, you want to. I'm trying to talk him into teaching a course because he makes cabinets. He does all this stuff. I'm like, bro, you should teach us all how to do that. Where's the pocket
Yes.
hole joiner? Yeah, let's get that going. You know, let's get the domino out and start doing some biscuit, you know, joinery, some mortise and tenon or something. I don't know, all sorts of good stuff you could do. But yeah, he laughed. He's like, that's why I'm not an electrician. That I saw too many blue sparks one time.
Oh,
I don't know if he tried to weld with his finger or what he did, but he's off the electricity.
I did
Oh, my new driveway alarm just went off. My wife and son must be home.
Nice.
That way I don't have to wonder if someone's in a drive, because we bought triaxles of millings because they were redoing the roads around here. So it's like ground up asphalt. So we spread that and rolled that last week. And now you can't hear anyone coming up to the house. What's the use of having a long driveway if people, it's like, you know, they sneak right up to the house, FedEx, Amazon, whoever. I'm like, I need an alarm at the other end of this thing. And so, yeah, that's working out. Does anyone here, more importantly, since I'm treating it like an autonomy meeting and it's a Quest meeting, does anyone here who's not a graduate or a student have a question for yours truly that I will try to answer to the best of my ability?
Okay. What's up, Richard? I'm Darby. And this question's been kind of brewing in my head for a minute because the autonomy thing, something that I looked at and was going into a few years ago, and always didn't quite get there, didn't quite finish. Like I said, I work on the road for a long stint. I got home at the end of July and I'd done 4 months of work with 6 days off. I do music festivals, which is great. It makes me some money here and there, but it spends a lot of resources. And then I come home and all of this in the times in between, I make this David Goggins like obsessive progress on myself and my health and my physicality and reading and meditation, all these things. And then I go back out on the road and I get out of my pattern and I lose it. And spinning those wheels, I'm trying to keep up the progress. And I really respect your show. I got a lot of the books that you suggested on that shelf over there. And now coming back to it keeps calling me back, like in my head, there's this little like, okay, well, that seems like probably a thing to help you organize and get there. One thing I'm concerned about or curious about, it having been that long since I first saw it, what kind of for the lecture material in and of itself, whatever you would refer to as like the base level program, how have we updated it? How is it looking forward? Has it been updated? And then how would you feel the program is preparing people for the change on the horizon we see with developing technology and the state of the world, let's just say AI, things like that, and what might be coming with what all you know?
All right, excellent question. Well, speaking for yourself, Darby. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Thank you for reading. I'm going to answer your questions in the reverse. We teach human skills for a human world because we'd like to remain human in this world. So we're going to use AI sparingly and only where it's not like a replacement for our own thinking. We could use it to expedite processes. We could use it for better title selection on a video, stuff like that. But we don't want to feed into it too much. We don't want it to have algorithms and avatars on all those sort of things on us, right? The course material is updated slightly every season. The major update came between season 1 and season 2 because season 1 was 17 weeks because I got a lot to share. And no one wants to take 17-week course, right? So I shortened it to 15 weeks. Still, that's a long time for people. But I found if I say it's 12 weeks plus 3 bonus weeks, it hits just right. Long enough to get a result, not too long to stay. A couple bonus lectures seems nice. So most of the changes over the past 13 seasons have been typo improvements, slight adjustments on wording, not a whole lot of addition of content because the content was solid and in the proper order for people to get it in the first place. I've changed up a bunch of the media blocks to illustrate points that are in lectures. So like each season, a lot of times when people come back, they've seen they've heard this material before, but they didn't see this point. And that point that was just made in that video helped them unlock that whole last hour where my words didn't. So I try to show people, like, here's what I'm talking about. And now here's some other people telling you the same thing in different words to see what takes. Oh, I like the way he said it. Great. Then use that in your life, you know? So most of the improvements to the course have been like, what don't we have in the flagship course of Breakthrough Actions? And what else needs to be there? And from the creation in the first couple of seasons, I was like, we need masterminds and accountability meetings. Because once people learn to show up for themselves and start being useful to other people with ideas, then it's easy for them to give ideas to you, and you don't feel guilty about asking them a question about whatever, right? So when you have a regular group of friends and you're all helping each other answer questions every week, that's awesome. So everyone now, mandatory, like, you don't have to take it, but it's offered to everybody. You get mastermind meetings, because that's going to help you grow and build roots. The next one is something I offer for VIP clients, and that's accountability meetings. And we work in 2-week blitzes. So they'll make a goal. I'll question them on it, so I have a real idea of whether or not they're going to achieve that goal. And then they're going to come back and say, look, I made it, I didn't, here's what happened. And we're going to help them make another goal, stronger goal, better goal, smash that goal too. And then once you pick up on that, like, you don't need accountability meetings for the rest of your life. Like, I needed, like, I don't know, probably 18 months, right? But I was driving 2.5 hours each way or some nonsense. So, like, being able to say, oh, if I could just do what they do in the meeting without having to drive there, I don't have to drive there, you know? So I would tell my boss, like, hey, I know you want to meet on Sunday and today's Friday, but I already smashed my goal. I already got more leads than I told you I was going to get. I already closed more business. I already did more production. I already hired more people, whatever it was. And be like, don't worry about it. You're good. Make another goal for the next week. So I started doing them instead of in person on telephone. And, you know, and then from there, I just stopped, you know, doing telephone calls. You learn how to make your cyclical goals, right? So you're going to make like 25 goals throughout the year. What are you going to do for the next 2 weeks in that area, right? So you're working on it. Usually those people are a business owner, they're making 6 figures, and they're trying to figure out, like, how do I get past step 1 here? And it's like, okay, here's what you do. You have to work in these different areas, and they're going to have to learn some stuff. And so we're going to need to make some goals, because the goals are pertaining to some progress or learning that they get from that experience. So does that answer your question to your satisfaction? And do you have any more questions on that topic?
If I can get unmuted.
I was going to say, if you're talking, you're muted, bro.
Yeah. I like your answer to the AI question with the human people and human skills. I was actually kind of looking for more something like that. Then are you teaching people how to utilize AI to go into this new realm? Because I
Well,
agree with you, but we also,
here's what I'm going to say. There will be people around who are exploring AI business models and doing this and that, right?
Yeah.
But me, as a teacher of these facts and methods and principles and strategies and tactics, you're not going to need AI. What you need to learn is how to use your own quantum computer that is it exceeds the AI. The AI is not made by smart people. If they were smart, they wouldn't be doing the things they're doing over there. So we can use it for when, you know, we need help with something. Hey, what's the recipe of ketchup or whatever, you know? But as far as, like, how do I take this thing in reality and analyze whether or not it's real? That could be a tool in my toolbox, but I still want my brain to know how to do that. And they have shown that people who use ChatGPT, like, their neural processes are shutting down. And at a certain point, people are going to say, you know what, there's too many decisions. We need AI to just take over everything. And that's Logan's Run. And we all go to carousel at age 27. And the computer keeps everybody, you know, in a technological fascism. You guys have never seen Logan's Run, probably. 1978 sci-fi film starring Michael York. And it's about a dystopian, not so distant future where, because the world is, humans couldn't handle it, so they gave it to AI, and AI said, oh, we're only going to let you guys live to your 27, then we're going to kill you in an interesting ritual called carousel, where they all ascend into computer heaven or whatever. So, someone will. Doc Rock will probably have that as a screening now. See that? Logan's Run, pencil me in, man.
Awesome film. Needs to be revisited for sure. Sounds like a good one to do.
Yeah, for sure. Did you have any sub questions, Darby, or did that satiate your quest?
That
your thirst?
mostly that definitely mostly covers it. I guess and this might be a sort of a like a limiting contrarian response for myself to be like, well, I don't know about this, but my initial concern about having learned about all of the options that you guys offer at this point is to come in looking for these like base level skills or whatever and kind of be distracted or overwhelmed by the multitude of things that I was unaware that you guys made available. And so that's what I'm mulling over in my head as I want to like take the push into this thing now.
Yeah, so that's a good point, dude. It's designed to be overwhelming. Anyone who goes through the first season, it's like trying to drink through a straw from a tsunami. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be way more than you can take in, and that's by design. It makes sure everyone's satisfied. No matter, if you had a $50 million company, I could still satiate your, quench your thirst with these types of methods and principles and strategies and tactics. I can help improve your sales and marketing organization, all sorts of stuff. So they are macrocosmic and microcosmic type of skills. So the ability to lay them out in a coherent way, just throw away all the extracurriculars until your second season, right? Just focus on lecture 1. Oh, I listened to half of that. Great. You don't have to listen to the whole thing. If you glean 10% of what I'm laying down, go to lecture 2. Oh, you got part of that week? Great. Did you go to the Q&A? No. All right. Next week, go to Q&A. Now you've got a lecture and a Q&A or 2 under your belt. Now you're ready to meet the others and start doing some of the integration exercises where we actually sharpen our skills and get repetition through exercise of the various, interview exercise, the ethical sales exercises. They're all problem-solving exercises, and they're interpersonal listening, strengthening exercises. So you're going to be a stronger, active listener, which most people aren't. It's like a superpower, right? And then you're also going to know how to represent yourself better when you're introducing yourself or explaining who you are, what you do, because you're going to be well practiced. You're also going to build friends and colleagues from doing those exercises, and everybody's getting mad skills and improving really quickly. Now, let's say you join 8 weeks late. Everyone else has been doing this for 8 weeks. Jump in wherever they are, go to a Q&A, see that there's no one here who's going to bite you or yell at you or make fun of you. It's a fear-free learning zone of mutual respect and responsibility. And people who show up generally don't waste their or others' time. So it's beautiful. So I really tried to take single mom, 4 kids, 3 jobs. That she has an excuse not to get this type of education until I designed it the way I designed it. And then people who fit that mold could go through and actually, I was doing laundry and washing dishes and taking care of the kids, but I was able to listen to the lectures. That one night after they went to sleep, I jumped into sales exercises on Tuesday, whatever the thing was, right? So single parents especially need this type of advantage. And so I had to make everything, and I also had to meet the needs of an international audience with a whole bunch of different time zones. And, we've been pretty good at that over the years. And if people are brave and courageous enough to speak up, they usually get their needs immediately met, which was what James was saying earlier about that Sunday Q&A, when we discovered hey, there's a couple people and none of these slots fit. All right, what are we going to do about this? And then James was like, hey, I get up early all the time, so I could do it at this time on Saturday. And then they started having these great meetings that people envy. And they're like, I wish I could get up at 8 o'clock on Saturday and do something productive like that, but I'm mowing the grass or, whatever they're doing. So hopefully that expounding upon that idea is broaden it so you can see it in detail. There's a lot there. It's meant to be overwhelming. You're going to learn how to cut through overwhelm and prioritize. And what I would say is don't overwhelm yourself to the point of quitting and not showing up, right? Like if you went to a bunch of extracurricular activities and then you're like, oh man, it was hard to sit through the Friday lecture. Okay. Are you going to listen to it on the replay? Or is that you didn't have enough time in the week and now you're not getting the important thing? You got the side order, not the main plate, right? So if you're hungry, you come for the main plate, you get satisfaction with the Q&A, and the extracurriculars are your gravy. See, I made a food comment because I got food still sitting in front of me.
Richard's
My
hungry.
metaphors are mixed live. I had half my sandwich. I'm smooth. I'm a smooth criminal. I got some sort of prime rib, French dippy type thing. I was left to fend for myself, and this is what I found at a local restaurant. but I did get all the paint and stuff off my hands before I left the house, which was good. Sometimes I don't, man. There's times on Sunday night when I'm about to show a book and I realize I still have paint on my hands. I'm like, oh, what are we going to do here? Use your pen. Use your pen. Point on the screen with your pen, you know? So, yeah, it's been a wonderful opportunity to express my learning skills on this project, and I'm looking forward to the next phase.
Yeah, thanks for the time, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Also, Darby, we have a wizard. We have a wizard.
We have wizards and cowboys. Like wizards are like cowboys in the UK. Like we over here in America, we have cowboys, but over there they have magic wand people. We have wizards too.
Yeah, you're the wizard, Richard. By the way.
When people say they're off to see the wizard, they're coming to see me. No, Martin's the wizard. We all know Martin's the wizard. Andy lives in the UK, so he fits the mold of Gandalf.
Well, you always have white and black magic to deal with, so it could be one or another.
Sorcerer's black magic.
So Richard's the cowboy and Martin's the wizard.
No. Richard's the wizard. Martin is the technical wizard.
Oh, okay.
And John, before we close out, I just wanted to mention that, since people are enrolling now and will be enrolling later, the masterminds are recorded, are they not? The summer sessions?
The mastermind summer sessions are recorded, yes. The ones that are on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, yes, they are recorded.
Okay, because for those that are coming in now, I just wanted to remind them or let them know that the section I did, the 4 masterminds I did on, what was it?
You did the mastermind. What was it called?
Poverty.
From
Poverty
moving from scarcity to prosperity.
No, it was scarcity to transformation.
Transformation.
Anyway, yes, I just wanted to let the newcomers know that that's available. That was 4 weeks prior to John's that started last Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to John's next one. But scarcity transformation might be of interest to some.
That's right. He did a fine job because I listened to replays. Thank you, Renee.
And thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. You guys will enjoy it. And I don't want you to be confused. The masterminds this summer are like a special summer school type thing. And you get them depending on when you enroll. The earlier you enroll, the more of those you get. However, let's say you're a procrastinator and you come in week 1. Guess what? You got a mastermind during the season that goes during the season. So these are above and beyond what we already offer. And for some of you, you will have a couple. And for some people, they'll get in and just get the one during the season. But there's not one during the season, like 15 during the season. There's a bunch of different groups. They'll meet many, many times during the season. And so you'll have choices of like times that work for you and people you like to hang out with. So
it was
it's
really
also
yeah, it was just a brilliant idea to have these masterminds because it brings people out, they get comfortable speaking out. And I know we have some shy people, but even so, they will speak out. And the more we do this, the more comfortable everybody will be.
And I'm pretty sure I can credit the masterminds to Leah because all I said was, I've got a card here that says summer school. What are we going to do about that?
Well, they're all created from the Autonomy Course of Action. So it's all Richard Grove's curriculum taught by autonomy experts, the people that have put themselves out there and learned and worked and come back. And now they are the leaders in autonomy, literally teaching Richard's curriculum to people. And I think that is, the greatest thing because exponentially now Richard's work can go out to the world above and beyond what one person can deliver. So to me, I think that is just one of the greatest things.
Well, the thing, Leah, is that, repeat, eventually it sinks.
It does, yeah. And the other thing was a lot of times people are like, oh, because the masterminds during the season, you get to bring your issue in. It can be anything. You get to talk about your stuff, what you want to work on, what you want help with. But a lot of times people are like, hey, what if we had a mastermind about this or about that? So the idea was, how about we have a focused topic for the mastermind? And that was sort of the, merging that with Richard's idea, that became, what the summer masterminds are. And it's been insane, the response to these masterminds. And they've been absolutely brilliant. You guys have delivered them with such expertise and finesse. It's mind-blowing. I'm just blown away at all of you.
Oh, thank you, Leah. Well, grateful to participate.
Yes, I agree. You did very well. Renee, you did it with such calm, just confidence, and very well done.
Thank you.
And like you say, there's a lot of shy people. I'm the one that if I don't have to be on camera, I got my camera off. I'm like, I don't have anything to say. No.
No, but today I have a reason for not having my camera on.
Yeah.
Unpacking in the house is wild, as is my hair.
Yeah. Makeup's off. Oh yeah.
And it's been packing and such. It's a sticky job.
All right. So we're coming up on 2 hours now, and let's see. We've got some. I said I was gonna have some free gifts, and it looks like we got. What is this? Turning lead into gold, or is it turning a lead into gold? I think it's turning lead into gold. Start Your Own Personal Revolution by Richard Grove. And okay, so that's the mastermind coming up. And we got the Autonomy Primer. If you want a blueprint call, Darby, there's a link for the blueprint call. You can schedule a blueprint call, and you can ask any more questions and find out where you're at. And no obligation. You can even determine if that's the right fit for you.
Yeah, that's important to mention. It would be abhorrent for us to ask you to pull your credit card out during a call and not give you total transparency and time to make a decision on your own, because that would be the wrong way to conduct sales. So what we try to do is the primer course gives you guys transparency. You see behind the paywall. It sets your expectations at a proper level. Then we want to verify and fact check that. Now you talk to a graduate. Hey, that video, is it everything that video said? You're going to find out it's a whole lot more because I should have made the video longer. So we underrepresent the value that we actually convey. And the people who just went through are there to tell you about their experience, answer your questions, give you options, and make sure they're the guardians of the community, making sure we don't have people coming in to disrupt, distract, destroy, etc. So we don't just sell the course to anybody. We want people to take their time, make a decision on their own time, and we incentivize that, with bonuses or various things that we include with package offers. But it's really about you making a human connection, seeing that we're doing things a different way, and this is real education, and this is where it starts. Asking questions, knowing how to pursue your interest to find valid answers, and then all else flows from there. So it's the same way I teach it in the course, which is why it's a different type of enrollment system than most other places that sell type of knowledge.
I was muted there. So you go to the primer first. That's the video from Richard. From the primer, you can go to the blueprint call. If you don't go to the primer and you go straight to the blueprint call, that works too. So, and it's all to determine, is this the right fit for you? And I can see you're asking all the right questions, trying to determine if it's going to work. The call is, just to make that determination. It's like, yeah, this is right for you, or no, it's not right for you. That's where that goes.
I'm gonna
And
say something. I just say two words that are something we actually do work on in autonomy. It's analysis paralysis, and I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah.
You're kind of you're reading my mind. You're reading my mind there. Um, without blowing smoke, you do have some leverage in some of the confidence and the things that I've learned from the books from Grand Theft World and all, and you have some rapport already for some trustworthiness. So that does make me feel better. But
Since you said
hit the
leverage,
nail on the
Darby,
head. Huh?
here's my metaphor. It's mechanical advantage for your mind.
Yeah.
You put in, so most people are like, will this work for me? I'm like, if you will work for it, it will work for you. The way I would say it to you though is, if you work a little for it, it will work a lot for you. Because these are long-term skills and they don't really need, other than practice, like there's not a whole lot of add-ons you need to snap on to make it work. It's like, oh, I can cut through problems pretty readily every day and make my way forward in other situations where I would have been frustrated and stymied and quit.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, let
And
that marinate.
by popular demand, we are all going to get our free gift. Reach under your seat. You get to turn lead into gold. You get to turn lead into gold. You get to turn lead into gold.
It's
Or
only
maybe it's a
funny if
lead.
people
I'm
know
not sure.
Oprah.
That's an Oprah Winfrey reference. And, yeah, there you go.
Everyone here is too cool to know Oprah, dude. It's the wrong audience.
Yeah,
No,
but
it's a
we
good
all know
metaphor. I
that
like it.
reference, though. Even though
I looked
no
under my
one's
seat
ever
when you
watched.
said it. Yeah, you got me.
Yeah.
They didn't know they were gonna have to pay tax on those cars though. That's why they all
You got to pay taxes, and you got to, you got to pay registration.
California emissions.
Yeah.
What's Price is Right? You learned that.
Thank Doc Rock for that idea. Appreciate that. And I think, did we cover everything? We got the summer sessions, the Autonomy Mastermind summer sessions. We got the primer, the blueprint call, and your free gift. Final thoughts before we go? Thanks for coming.
If you get beyond, if you take the lead to gold presentation and you're looking for more, there's also one on fear is optional, because fear also holds a lot of us back if we don't know how to manage it and work with it.
That'll come in an email eventually once you sign up to the first one.
Fear is optional, but you can also be brave and act on fear, or you can also be afraid, have fear, and act on it, and then you get to be brave. So that's okay too. But that's my saying, and not Richard's. All right. Let's wrap it up. Thanks for coming, everybody. Appreciate y'all being here, and look forward to seeing you at the next event.
Have a
Good
good
night,
night.
everyone.
See you.
Yeah, thank you, Brandon.
And
Thank you,
Brandon.
John.
Oh.
Thank you, Brandon. Brandon's
No
awesome.
problem.
Thank you, Brandon.
You are
Hey, there's
awesome.
autonomy screenings next Friday, I think.
Oh yeah, what's the autonomy screening for next Friday?
Oh,
What's that
Charlie
one?
Robinson. What's it? Oh, I had it on top of my head. It's a weird name.
Barnum World.
Yeah,
Barnum
Barnum's
Barnum
World.
World.
Yeah,
There we
yeah,
go.
Barnum World. Yeah. Good stuff.
AutonomyScreenings.com. If you're not a graduate or a student and you need that link, it's free. Come hang out.
And you watch the movie and we talk about what we saw afterward?
Oh, say again?
You watch the movie and then talk about what we saw afterward?
Yeah, and then Charlie, who's the narrator for the whole film, he's going to be there to answer questions.
Oh, snap. Dude,
Yeah.
no, all right. That's worth the
And then
price of
2
admission
weeks-
right there.
Yeah, and 2 weeks after that, we're doing America, Freedom to Fascism, which is a documentary by the late, great Aaron Russo, who made Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he got serious before he died of cancer at a young age. So anyway, Aaron Russo is a great guy. And we'll check out his film.
Rest his soul.
All right. This is
All right, everybody. This is a great workout tonight. Thank you guys all for coming and attending and bringing your excellence. And some of you got to talk and ask questions and get questions answered. And you set a wonderful example for everyone else who was not able or not ready to unmute. So very proud of this event. Oh yeah, I'm going to put some thumbs up there too. And I'll see some of you. I'll see some of you Sunday. If not, I'll see you guys for the screening or the next week's quest.
Thank you, guys.
Night,
Ciao
everyone.
for now.
Bye.